what's the craziest thing that I just kind of realized? Most people work 40 hours a week for 40 years straight just to be able to retire on 40% of their income. And you know what's the even crazier thing on top of all of that? They still have no money. They're still broke. That's absolutely crazy to me. And that's the rat race that we live in. And that's why in today's video, we're going to be going over how we can escape the rat race. The steps that we need to take to get out of this race. Now, this is the thing. We're not going to be able to escape it tomorrow. And it's not an overnight process. But there is a way that you can smoothly slither out of the rat race. Because don't get me wrong. A lot of us, we have to go through it. A lot of us, we're not blessed with rich parents. We're not fortunate with $100 million degrees. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it is what it is. But there is a way. And it is possible that we can slither out of the rat race. So what's good, YouTube, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Reese in the Cut. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm a 21-year-old content creator who does videos like financial advice, motivational content, and videos just like these. Now, our goal is to hit 30,000 subscribers. You guys want to be a part of that, make sure y'all smash that subscribe button for me, bro. And this is a very good topic because this is everyday life. Everyday life, we enter the rat race. When we clock into that 9-to-5 job, we're in the rat race. When we're clocking 40 hours, trying to pay bills, trying to have the work-life balance and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Trying to outweigh the bills with our income. That's simply that we going through the rat race every day, trying to afford groceries, trying to, you know what I'm saying, maybe afford kids, you know, just even afford maybe having a car or maybe going out to purchase a car that we always, every single day. No matter what it is, it feels like the rat race. It feels like we're always the 10 steps behind when we want to be 10 steps ahead. You guys feel what I'm saying? You know, just to kind of emotionally connect with you guys. Because, you know, I feel like as a person, you know, I'm not perfect. I feel like I'm entering the rat race every day. But I feel like my mindset is completely like, you know what I'm saying? It's completely different when I first entered the race. And I feel like I'm kind of slithering my way out of it little by little. So I want to help you guys as I'm also on my journey as well. So first off, right, where do we start off with this video? So this is the harsh truth. This is the reality check. So the rat race itself is simply waking up to that alarm that you absolutely hate. Like, don't get me wrong, even though this morning I dropped a video. If you guys have not checked it out, go check it out right now. I dropped a video earlier before this video. I said how the 5 a.m. club made me thousands of dollars. Don't get me wrong. There's two different types of waking up at 5 a.m. There's the waking up at 5 a.m. to have to go to a job that you don't want to be at with people that you don't want to be with. And there's a difference between waking up at 5 a.m. willingly to do what you want to do. There's two differences, right? So that's the rat race. That's the harsh reality of the rat race. You know what I'm saying? You're waking up to an alarm that you hate, right? On top of that, you're coming to a job that you don't want to do. You don't want to work. And you live in paycheck to paycheck. So that's like, it's crazy to even think about it, right? So on top of that, so first off, like I said, you know what I'm saying, you're waking up to an alarm you don't want to wake up to. You're going to a job that you don't want to go to with people that you probably don't like. Then on top of that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Your bills aren't even your paycheck aren't even covering most of your bills, or they're covering just enough for your bills, so you don't even have anything to live off of. You have no lifestyle outside of work, and you have nothing to put up for retirement. Like, that's literally the harsh reality. And what's even more harsher is a lot of people who work Monday to Friday, they're waiting until Friday like it's freedom. A lot of people are so complacent, and America brainwashed us so much that Friday is for like our freedom day. Like, we're all waiting till Friday. Like, the weekend is just like, that's just freedom. That's what we've been trained. We train to value our weekends. Simple as that. We're trained that we're all waiting for that one day, and that's Friday. Like, that's just freedom. When freedom should be freedom. Why are we all waiting on one day? That's the rat race that we're playing with. That's literally the game that we're playing, which is sad, first off. You know what I'm saying? But what if it could be that you could build your life where your money works for you and not the other way around. Because at the end of the day, that's the rat race. We're literally, it seems like we're just working for money. Instead, we should be letting our money work for us. It comes to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, bro, we just working for money. And in reality, we're not even working for money at this point. We're working for survival. That definitely hit a lot of you hard, I can tell. We're like, at this point, as we are living in America, we're not working for money. We're working for survival, because let's be honest, these jobs, they do not cover your lifestyle. They only cover maybe just enough for your bills. So you're working for survival. Basically, to breathe air, to keep the lights on, to keep water running, to have showers, to wash your face in the morning. That is survival. To keep, you know what I'm saying, to keep food in the crib. That's survival, dog. That's not money. That's survival. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. So the first step to slithering out of the rat race is waking up to the system. You feel what I'm saying? That's the first step. Before you can start making more money, earning extra income, it's simply being aware and the acceptance, right? So being aware that most of us are told to go to school, get a good job, and buy things that you can't afford. Because here's the thing that America does to us. One thing America does to us, they tell us go to school. You know what I'm saying? We go to school, pay for school. When we get out, we pay, you know what I'm saying? We're paying back for paying more for school, right? And then a lot of people tell me like, oh man, you work so hard in school, you got that degree, you deserve that nice car. And then you thinking in your head like, damn, you know what, I'm right, you right. I did 4 to 8 years in school. I deserve a nice car, right? You go buy that car, you know you can't even afford that car. More debt. You just put yourself in more debt because you've been mentally trained that your hard work was done in college. Your hard work was done getting that degree. So you feel like you entitled to something. You feel like the world owes you something now. So you go out there and you feel like you go get what you worth. In reality, that wasn't even the best move for you. That just puts you back 10 times behind the people who are already in the rat race, who was already in it, who didn't go to college. You feel what I'm saying? Because you probably don't even get to the career that you probably want, or you think that's gonna help bail you out. It's crazy. So I've seen some of the college students behind a lot of people who just went straight to the workforce, because the college people, they go buy hella expensive shit just because they feel like, oh, I worked this hard for a degree, so I deserve a Bentley. You feel what I'm saying? I deserve a Benz off the rip because I did 4 to 8 years in school. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then no one's taught financial literacy. Nobody's taught financial literacy, and that's for a reason. That's for a purpose. Simply, dog. So, of course, like I said, the first step to escaping the rat race is simply just awareness. You can't escape a trap that you don't even know that you're in. Simple as that. That's one of the quotes for this video. You cannot escape a trap that you don't know you're in. So first off, you have to realize that you are in that trap. A lot of people are in denial. I am in a rat race. You are in a rat race. Some of you are in the rat race. I'm not gonna say that you are, but some of you are in the rat race. I'm in a rat race. You know what I'm saying? It's as bad as I'm a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? I have over 20,000 subscribers. As much as I don't want to say that shit, I have to accept it. I have to realize that. But that's the first step to you know what I'm saying? To realize it gives you awareness to realize what you have to do to get out. A lot of people are in denial. A lot of people, they like, man, I'm working my 40 hours. I'm gonna be doing this for 40 years, and that's okay because that's what life is all about. That's not what life is all about. Like I said, people are working 40 hours for 40 years just only to get 40% of their income, and they still have no money. So we gotta go against that norm. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta beat the rat race. Somebody. I hope, you know what I'm saying? Simple as that. So the next step to get out of the rat race is you gotta master money. You gotta master the game of money. At this point, to get out of the rat race, it's not about a degree anymore. Obviously, it's not about a degree anymore. It's not about being overly certified. I've seen so many people that are overly certified with hella degrees, hella certifications, the best jobs, and they are still in the rat race. You gotta learn how money works, dog. If you're not learning how money works, if you're not financially educating yourself, you're going to be right where everybody else. I don't care what job you have. I don't care what degree you have. I don't care what certification you have. You're going to be in a rat race. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? You have to realize in every single field of what you want to do, when you figure out what you really want to do to start escaping that rat race, you have to figure out what are the best assets for you in your field and what are liabilities to you. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm a content creator. I'm a social media digital marketer. I'm an influencer. Those of that nature. So I may have different assets than you may have. Everybody in their field are gonna have different assets and different liabilities. You feel what I'm saying? A liability for me might be an asset to you, and an asset to me might be a liability to you. You know what I'm saying? Like me going out there to buy maybe a Mercedes Benz, that might be an asset. That may be a source of marketing to get me more clicks and views and to get people to gravitate to my channel more because they see that I'm successful, and that may be an asset to me. That may be a liability to you because you gain nothing out of that. You might buy a Benz and your Benz is just sitting there, but I might buy a Benz and I may use it as a social media marketing tool to gain me more compensation. You guys get what I'm saying? It's up to you to figure out and learn what are your assets and what are your liabilities. What is going to work best for you? What is going to gain you money and what is going to lose you money? You feel what I'm saying? So it's simple as that. So next up, you got to build up an emergency fund. This is when you start to slither out. I didn't say you out, but this is when you start to slither out. So I recommend going to that job when we're in the rat race, save up at least $5,000 emergency fund money. I feel like $5,000 for some reason is just the perfect amount of emergency money that just in case if things go right, you're not absolutely hurting. You know what I'm saying? You got, you cool, you still calm, you still collected. Don't get me wrong, it's not a lot, but you still cool, you calm. It's not overly hard to achieve. You know, save about $5,000. Figure out, like I said, your assets, your liabilities. Buy the things that you need to buy on the side. Start your business. Start whatever you gonna do on the side. Start to learn. Get what you need to get. Invest. It's perfect for it. $5,000 is perfect for investing, getting assets, and all those things. And it's a cushion at the same time. And as you start to make more money, like I said in the last video, you can start to kind of pull away and slither away from that 9-to-5 job. You know what I'm saying? The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. And that's where leverage comes in. You know what I'm saying? This is like the next step, which is like, you know what I'm saying, you building income as freedom. And okay, so we have a leverage bar, right? So my hands right here. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever seen a balance beam, right? Okay, so this is your two leveraged hands, right? So this is your 9-to-5 job. And this is your side hustle, your business, whatever you are using to slither out of that rat race. And it's simply this is what the rich people play. This is the game that the rich people play. They play the game of leverage in order to finally free themselves up. Right, you're using your 9-to-5. You know what I'm saying? Your 9-to-5 is rising. You're making a lot of money off your 9-to-5. Cool, but then you start to dump it a little bit and invest. Right, you know what I'm saying? Then you got your business up and booming. You know, business is rocking, and then you know what I'm saying, start to come up here. Right, until bam, you can simply close down on your 9-to-5. You finally out. You finally did what you need to do. You found out all your strategies, your tactics. You got your assets. You got your trust. You got your trust funds. You got money put up on the side. Everything. It's simply just leverage. That's all it is, dog. It's you just creating a work-life balance. You know what I'm saying? If business is good, you start to pull away from the 9-to-5 a little bit. If business is slow, you keep your 9-to-5. You keep hustling. You keep grinding until your time comes. You keep talking to God. Keep praying to God. Keep your mindset steady, focused, disciplined, the whole 9 yards. That's simply all it is. It's simply just leverage. You know? Because at the end of the day, you realize that this 9-to-5 could collapse at any time. But this right here, this is something that you've built up, that passive income, you know, those assets that stay with you forever. This is something that holds strong like a mountain. You know what I'm saying? But that 9-to-5 can collapse. So you gotta be able to leverage it out. You know that you cannot give 40 hours of your week every single week for 40 years. This is not realistic anymore. It is, but it's what's keeping people in the rat race. You know what I'm saying? It has to come to a certain time period where you know that you got to do what you got to do on this end. This is what we're working towards. This is temporary. This is short term, but this is long term. Simple as that. You know, leverage, dog. The goal and the quote of the video, this is the one that I really have for you guys to really stick out. The goal isn't to quit your job tomorrow, it's to build something that gives you a choice. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the quote for real that I really want you guys to think about. The goal is not to quit your job tomorrow. The goal is to give yourself a choice. No one wants to have the feeling where, you know what I'm saying, you have no leverage bar. You have nothing over here. And if this collapses, you have no, you know what I'm saying, everything collapses. That's no way to live. You know, you want to be able to have that leverage, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Because when this starts coming up, you got a choice. This becomes a choice. Make the 9 to 5 a choice at the end of the day. Yes, it's gonna help you to fund this right here, but at the end of the day, when that boss starts really getting on your high end, when your coworkers is annoying you, when your job is stressing you out, giving you hours that you know that you're not even going for that for real. You don't even stand for that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Make this become a choice. Mentally free yourself up, dog. Go hard. When you get that 9 to 5 job, go hard though, for sure. Go hard, you know, because it's gonna come to a time point. You're gonna get tired of that job, dog. It really comes to a point. You know what I always say, what it's all about. It's all about when is enough going to be enough. That's simply what it really with these jobs. That's all it is. When is enough going to be enough? But is enough going to be when it's too late? Don't let enough be enough when it's too late. When you're on your way out the door, and you know what I'm saying, that they're signing you your last check, and that's it. And then you got to go back into the rat race, go be behind even more, and find another job and go through the same thing. Use your job while you up. A lot of people, y'all comfortable, man. Yeah, you might have saved 10,000 off of 9 to 5, 20,000 off of 9 to 5. You feel like your 9 to 5 is taking care of your every single needs. But that should be the time point where you really investing, you really working on what you got on besides your job. Cause when you up at your 9 to 5, that's when you really should be pouring into the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Use your job when you up. I've seen a lot of people get a real complacent at these jobs. You get what I'm saying? You know, don't get wrong, you making your good money and all, but that shit could be taken at any point. You know, don't never get too comfortable, dog. One thing about life, if life see you comfortable, life will make you uncomfortable. And that's one thing I had to learn, dog. You will learn that the hard way. You think you having your way, and the universe knows when you can do better. That's why that happens. You ever feel like you've been chilling? You ever feel like everything was going good, but you know that you could be going harder, and you know that in your right mind this is not what you really want to be doing, but it's cool for now, and you just never work on what you say you gonna work on. Life will make you work on what you gonna work on. And it made me work on what I was gonna work on. I remember I was at my 9 to 5 job. When I first started working my 9 to 5 job that I'm working now, dog, I was getting paid so good and everything. Then the job just started changing. People getting fired left and right, stuff going wrong, and now I was like, damn, dog, you know what? I know what I gotta do now. I gotta have the work-life balance. I gotta start taking this shit serious, dog, because this shit ain't gonna be here forever. I thought it was gonna be here forever. I thought I was like, man, I'm good, dog. I'm making bread, da-da-da. I love the job, but I knew it wasn't my calling. I knew it wasn't all the way that, and that's what I'm saying. Life gonna make you uncomfortable. If life see you enjoying something that you know that you really don't really like for real, or you know that that's not what you've been wanting to do, trust. Life gonna make you uncomfortable. And a lot of people, they don't want to realize that, man. So remember, you can't escape the rat race surrounded by people that are comfortable in it as well. A lot of people, when you go into their job, I've had people all the time, like, they'll say these things around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm young. You know what I'm saying? When I go into the workforce, there'll be a lot of people that be older and stuff. They be like, man, if I don't go to work, can't pay these bills. Man, this is the only way I can pay my bills. Y'all gotta get away from them thinking. Stay away from the people who talk like that. The people who be talking like, well, if you don't go to work, nothing's gonna get done. Stay away from them people, dog. Because those are the people who are too dependent. This life in America is too risky to be too dependent on these jobs. people are setting y'all up for failure. Don't get me wrong, it's a good mindset to have to a certain extent, but just every single week, 40 years straight, come on, man. I like, especially for the ones out there who actually want to do something with their lives. I advise you guys to find some people. If you can find some people that want to be financially free, they don't want to be dependent on one job, dog. Find some people out there in the world who want financial freedom and all that and all those type of things. So yeah, and also, man, you don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to be the one who decides that you've had enough. Simple as that. That's all it comes to. You don't got to be a Albert Einstein. It's simply, dog, is when you had enough. So if you're really serious about escaping the rat race, man, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, because every single week we talk about things and things to do to really beat this lifestyle. I'm not saying that I'm the wisest guy, but I do know a couple things about maybe how to slither out a little bit, because I feel like I'm almost there. And remember, you almost there too. If you got someone on the side you working, you closer than you think. You keep showing up to something else, you closer than you think. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, dog. Y'all know I love this. So I know I'll be back with more content. Hey,